An exciting kickoff and punt return man. He's returned, I think, 4 or 5 punts so far this year for touchdowns, and everybody in the area tries to kick it away from Rick Waters. So much so that on some of the plays now, we do have McDevitt running only a single safety a single punt returner. Waters going back by itself. So we'll be getting the kickoff as the ball has been teed up, and getting ready to make the kickoff is Heath Schwab, and he has set his teammates up there waiting for the official to drop his arm. The arm is dropped. Heath gets the okay, approaches the ball, and we're underway. It's a high kick. Freddie Bryan is going to take it over the shoulder at about the 7-yard line, up to the 10, up to the 15, out to the 20, out to the 25-yard line, swarmed under it. The 25 gets out to about the 26. First and 10 for McDevitt from their own 26.
Down to the 25, 27-yard line. A 22-yard run back for...
They'll mark his forward progress out to the 27-yard line, so we'll have a first and 10 for McDevitt opening play of this high school football game. Cumberland Valley and Bishop McDevitt. Don Veloso and Ernie McConnell bringing you all the action over here at Crusader Field.
As we get ready now for McDevitt on their first play for the schooner.
Quarterback is Tim Madden. The two setbacks behind him in a double wing are Bryant and Borowski. Slot back on the right is Waters. It's given, rolling out is Madden, looking for the pass. His man is cut off. He goes to Waters. Waters is getting out at the 40, 45, 47-yard line. The initial man on that play was number 81, I believe, 83, John Jones, but Jones got bounced. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim Hammaker was in there with a wide receiver, and Hammaker got bounced out of the pattern, Ernie, and he had to go to Waters. Luckily, he had time to be able to look downfield.
Yeah, Waters got open very nicely there and made a nice behind-his-back catch on that one, Don.
Okay, power ride this time for the Crusaders. It's given to Bryant. Power straight forward into the 50, 45, trips up at the 45 and goes down to the 40. McDevitt with a powerful ground attack. Knee will touch the ground at the 41. It'll be another first and 10 for the Crusaders.
That offensive line really opened up the middle of that one for Bryan on that kick and carry, and he just powered right on through there. This boy has a lot of moves that he hasn't used.
Now we come in to a wing on the left. Now they switch out into a wing on the left again, and Borowski goes into a slot on the left. They give it to Waters. Waters circling left, gets inside the 40, tripped up, but still gets about 4 yards down inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. We'll call it a gain of about 4.
5 yards.
Condon moved in, stopped Waters on that particular play. Looks like he's injured himself a little bit, but he's shaking it off.
We've had 3 different plays. And now we go to the power right with a slot on the right. Bryant's the tailback, Borowski the fullback. One count by Bowden. It's Borowski straight forward. Powers down on an individual effort. Gets down to about the 30-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, but the hole wasn't there that time.
Steve Wills broke through, and he wrapped Borowski up in the backfield, but Borowski carried him forward for a nice gain even with that.
So it'll be third, and short 4 to go for first down. Big third down play for McDevitt, and usually on short down yardage, but perhaps this is a little long to have Borowski. Now Borowski goes into a slot, and we have a double wing with Bryant and Waters. It's given to Bryant, circling the right side. He's got some hope in him, but coming up to make the stop on a great play. Wiles had him in the backfield. He slipped away from it. It wasn't Wiles, it was Wayne Webster, and got first down yardage when he should have had a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, Wiles hit him in the backfield and slipped off the tackle, and Dino Webster had to come up and make the shutdown then, but after Bryant had gained quite a few yards.
So it's a first and 10. The ball is inside the 30 at about the 27, 28-yard line. So McDevitt driving. They took this ball over at their own 27. They have driven straight downfield with only one pass, mixing it up with a running pass. Everybody carrying the ball. Everybody in that backfield. Strong side left. Slot back on the left. Waters goes to motion left. They give it to Bryant straight forward. Bryant picks his way inside the 25 and gets to about the 24-yard line. Not an easy hole, but Bryant, a very elusive runner to bring down 1 and 1.
Wiles and Condon were again in on that particular tackle.
Bryant gets about 4.
Bryant made a nice move there and picked up an extra 2 or 3 yards just with that one little shake of the hip.
24 yards.
So it'll be a gain of about 4, a long 4. It'll be second and about 5. Tim Madden has Bryant in motion, but he gives it to Borowski, who powers forward down close to the 20-yard line. They'll mark his forward progress at about the 21. So once again, it'll be a third and short to go. go. Third and looks to be about 4 to go for first down. 9:04 remaining in the first period of action. It's scoreless, but McDevitt is driving. Now, they may be very close to the field goal range of their field goal kicker, Frank Simonic. They've got to get probably inside the 20 before Tim Rimper will take a shot at the field goal. A big third down play, although they may be in 4-down area here.
Yeah, this is a big third down for them, Don. They got 3 yards for the first down.
Baraski set up behind the quarterback. Waters in the wing on the left. Madden back to pass. Has a man in the end zone all by himself. A touchdown. A touchdown to John Knoll, who was 3 in the end zone. He got away from the coverage on that play, and that'll be a 23-yard touchdown pass. So McDevitt breaks on quickly with 8:34 to go.
Opened very nicely on that one. Absolutely no one around him.
All righty, so the McDevitt Crusaders go on top 6-0 on their first drive. They drove 73 yards. Kick in the air is good, and it's 7-0 McDevitt. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Field only had one play. They did not have one play they lost. They almost lost yardage on one play, but I'll tell you, Noah was all by himself.
Absolutely, and McDevitt just looks devastating today. They just taking that ball straight to CV. CV looks a little tight yet, but I'm sure they'll get back in the ball game.
Okay, the ball is set up, and we're ready for the kick. Samana kicks it. It's a high, but a relatively short kick. And it drifts back to Wiles, actually, on the 10. He's out to the 15. The 20 is hit and fumbles the ball. And did Cumberland Valley get it? Oh, he fumbled the ball, and a very alert play by a Cumberland Valley lineman fall on the play. He was the only Cumberland Valley man near there. They were all McDevitt players around him.
Don Miller and Walt Washington came in on that stop.
Boy, Dwayne Webster did a heck of a job. He was the only Cumberland Valley man near the ball.
Defensively for the Crusaders.
Very lucky break for CV there.
I say Dwayne Webster. I should call him by the way he's known by Movis's teammates. They call him Dino Webster. First offensive series for Cumberland Valley. John Spar with a lone setback behind him. Wide receivers left and right. Slot back also on the right. Spar with a long count. He drops back to pass. He's looking, goes out of the backfield. It's complete outside to number 20. That is Greg Stoner. Stoner's got first down yardage out to the 40-yard line.
Throws to Stoner.
Do we have a flag down the field there, Don?
Well, they have not moved the line marker, so it may very well be, Ernie. The flag is down, actually, where the stop was made. I don't know if they're going to call a flag. Well, let's see what it's going to be. It might be a face mask out near there.
Could be holding. There was another receiver out in the area. He may have been holding on that particular play.
Yeah, there is a little confusion. They haven't really talked to any of the players yet. Now they're walking over talking to Borowski, and it is going to be an illegal block against Cumberland Valley, so if it was after the play, no, it'll wipe out that actual game because it was while the play was in progress, so it'll be a tough situation as Cumberland Valley will have the ball pushed back. They'll mark it off from where the penalty took place, apparently. Now the officials are discussing it, and I guess they haven't really made up their mind exactly what they're going to do. It's official if they have the option to mark it off from where the foul took place, off from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it appeared the end came down and made a block on the defensive back before the receiver had a chance to catch the ball, so it wasn't an illegal block downfield.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal, which is going to push it back inside the 15-yard line. An odd formation. We have not seen Cumberland Valley use two wide receivers. They split their ends out about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, not double tight end. Now they go back to the conventional double tight end power ride with a wide receiver to the left. John Spar, an obvious passing down. Long count. Long count. He gives it to Stoner, and Stoner tries to cut up the left side, and he gets maybe about 5 yards out to about the 19-yard line. Way short of what they need. Now, the line marker has it set as third down. I don't know. Is it third? Apparently, that penalty took place after the...
It's third down.
There was a loss of down on that penalty.
Okay, I'm surprised on that. It is third down, so it'll be a third and long. Wide receiver to the near side is Dino Webster. Still up power ride, double tight. John Spark going to a long count on every signal. He gives it to Stoner again, and Stoner tries the left side of the McDevitt line, only gets about 2 yards, and Cumberland Valley will have to kick the ball away.
Rabel wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage on that particular play. So McDevitt has met the task at their first defensive challenge.
What penalties can do to a McDevitt, that penalty hurt CV. They'd have had a 1st and 10 out at the 40-yard line, but instead that drive was stalled before it really ever got started. Kick by Starr. It's a short kick, but it's high, and Waters is going to let it bounce, and Waters fights to bounce up at the 40-yard line, goes to the 45, to the 50-yard line. Well, I'll tell you, that's gutsy call.
With 2 defenders right there. He kicked the ball right out there and took up the sideline. This boy has a lot of savvy to him, Don.
Okay, instead of having a 1st and 10 at their own 40, Waters slipped a couple of tackles and was able to get into Cumberland Valley territory at the 40, we'll call it the 49-yard line. Tim Madden gives the ball to Waters, and as Waters tries to make a cut, he slips down at the line of scrimmage. There'll be no gain. It's the first time, really, that McDevitt has been held to no gain.
Now, Waters tried to make a cut there, and his feet went out from under him, and he slid right down at the line of scrimmage. So there's no gain on that particular play.
Earlier in the morning, of course, the field was wet. The grass did have a morning dew on it, but with this sun we've had in the last hour, I would say that there's probably no moisture whatsoever down there. Feel a little worn, that's all. And what are we going to get? Too long, or did somebody move?
We got flags everywhere. Something happened.
Oh, looks like wash day at my old hometown. I don't know.
Back in Gate City. And no one knows where that is.
Right in the heart of Southern Virginia, right?
That's right.
We have a motion call.
Okay, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, illegal procedure against the Crusaders, so it'll be a 2nd and about 15. The Crusaders would like to tack another 7 points, raise that lead to 14. 6:07 remaining here in the first period. McDevitt is already on top by the score of 7-0. We're in that double wing now. A split backfield. It's Madden on a delay. Gives to Bryant. Bryant gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but still gets about 5 yards. And who was that on that stop?
Joe Silvestri got him in the backfield there, tripped him up, and
down to the 48-yard line.
Excuse me.
That was number 62.
That was Randy Smith.
Randy Smith, who did a good job. Otherwise, he had close to first down yardage.
Sure, he was long gone if he hadn't been tripped up there.
So we'll call it a gain of about 2 on the play. The ruling was down just in McDevitt territory at the 48-yard line. Passing down for the Crusaders. They give it to Waters, and Waters gets stacked up for about a 2-yard loss. He's going to be back at the 46-yard line. So it'll be a 4th down play, and the Crusaders will pick it over. Well, Cumberland Valley got it all together on that drive.
Yeah, Miller broke through there, and he took a good, strong grasp on Waters on that particular play.
All righty, back in punt formation, Sean Borowski. Good punt. Good, high spiraling kick. Dino Webster's going to call for a fair catch, and he calls for a fair catch on about the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cumberland Valley at their own 16.
For a change there, in that particular series play, CV looked like the CV of old with a good, strong defensive play throughout the entire series.
Okay, on their first down last time, they opened up with a pass by Spar. Let's see what Harry Chapman does when he goes to the well on this particular play. Cumberland Valley coming out again. In there with a running back is Scott Wright. Wright is lining up at the fullback spot, and Greg Stoner at the tailback. Now Stoner switches out to a slot on the left. Lone setback is Scott Wright. John Spar, double wide receivers, right and left, is back to pass. Looking, under pressure. Not going to be able to get away. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard on the play, but actually he had time there, but he couldn't spot his receivers.
Didn't find anyone open. It looks like Mike Kowanowitz was in there and wrapped him up. He seemed to be having a little trouble with his footing also.
It looked like he might have got away, but you're right. He slipped down when he tried to get away, and his knee hit the ground. They're going to call it a 2-yard loss, even though he did dive forward and maybe get back to what would have been the line of scrimmage. But it's going to be a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, he placed that ball down on the ground.
Spar yards. Back to pass again. Goes to his tight end. That is Ferrer. And Ferrer drops the ball. And I think Ferrer was all by himself, but he heard the footsteps of Larry Hammaker.
Ferrer was starting to run before he tucked that ball away and heard those footsteps and just couldn't put it away.
Well, I'll tell you, Dennis Ferrer won't drop the ball too often. Not in the games I've seen him play, but I guess every high school football player is going to drop a football nowadays. I drop more than my man. In fact, I drop more than they caught.
And the pros drop a lot today, too. They hear the footsteps just like everybody else.
Okay, wide receiver to the left is Dino Webster with a I formation behind the quarterback. Double tight again for Cumberland Valley. And once again, they're using a long count. Spars back to pass. Out of the backfield, he completes it to Ferrer, who gets wrapped up as soon as he catches it for about a 2-yard gain. Boy, Madden was right all over him.
Madden hit him just as soon as he tucked that ball in and just drove him right on back. This McDevitt has quite a defensive unit themselves, and I'm telling you, at this point, they're out playing CV something fierce.
Both of these defenses are swarming defenses. It's very tough to block one man. Okay, Spar gets it up in the air, and Waters is going to go back and take it on his own 43-yard line. Comes to the near side of the field, and he's not going to get anywhere, and it's going to be knocked down at the 37. We had a very, very late flag, and I think we're going to call a clipping or an illegal block against Eric Terrain.
That's right. We have Dino Webster was taken down there from behind, so we are going to have a clipping on this from Don. Yes.
It is going to be against McDevitt, so that's going to push the ball back inside the 30. A very, it was a close call, but I think the official saw it right. He was right down there.
It was totally unnecessary because it looked like Waters was going to be able to get away from him anyway, but, you know, it's like anything else. These kids get excited and they all want to win.
All right, McDevitt's now going to be pushed back at the 20, so they'll be 80 yards away from the possible second touchdown. In case you just joined us, we're in the first quarter, 3:33 remaining, and McDevitt leads Cumberland Valley 7-0, going 77 yards on their first drive, 73 yards. Maraski, straightforward, powers out to about the 26-yard line. They'll roll its forward progress at the 25. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Clock continues to roll down, 3:15 to go, and Ernie is surprised with Cumberland Valley. They are strictly an air attack so far.
Totally. They don't seem to have a ground game at all. I haven't seen Cumberland Valley play much this year because of some other commitments, but they're totally an air team, it looks like to me.
Of course, they were deep in their own area. Now Madden gives the ball to Borowski. He's got an opening outside the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, and outside leading that play was the center, Kevin Keene. And Kevin Keene, who was the center, was 15 yards downfield leading the play.
And John Spar was the last guy to get him, and he just dumped his head and knocked his feet out from under him. Borowski was long gone.
They stayed at 53.
All right. Now, it's I formation. They give the ball to Borowski, who just powers off the left side, gets about 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd and about 8.
Wiles
and do we have an ankle injury by somebody? No, apparently not. We just have a shoe off. I think that's Jay Rabel, and Rabel puts it back on and gets back in the huddle.
About 1-yard game. We'll have a 2nd and 9. And the ball is at
2nd and about 9, and the Crusaders come out with the ball. In there at a wide receiver to the near side is John Knoll. Wide receiver also to the right side. They split everybody out. On a delay, no, Madden keeps the ball. He has Borowski in. Borowski was clear and Brian got in his way.
Absolutely. Borowski was wanted long going down the sideline on that one. But James Bryant reached up, tried to pull it in with one hand. Not knowing Borowski was there, he knocked it away from him.
And Dino Webster was between them, but he couldn't cover either one of them.
Either one. He was
on that last play.
He's in no man's land.
Right. He was sandwiched.
Okay, Larry Hammaker comes in there now at a wide receiver. Hammaker was the quarterback early in the year, and I looked one time during this year, they're going to try a flanker pass because Hammaker can throw the ball well. Okay, 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, and Madden in a passing down. Back to pass, rolling out right. Boy, he's got time. He can run with it. He's got enough for the first down. He's at the 50, still going. Gets driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Boy, talk about wide open field. There was nobody over here.
Absolutely no one over here to stop from that rollout. And Gino Webster had to come up from his safety position, halfback position, and drive him out of bounds.
So it's a 1st and 10 for McDevitt, and I know Harry Chapman is going to be getting that defensive unit set because they've got a lot of kids going both ways, and he doesn't want them to get depressed when they have McDevitt running the ball so well against them. A surprise early in this game. John Borowski drives off the right side, gets down to about the 41-yard line. I'll tell you one thing about Cumberland Valley. No matter how far behind they get, and now they are behind for only the 2nd time this year, trailing 7-0. We saw against let's say last week against I'm trying to trip myself, Central Dauphin. They were behind 12-3, and they came back eventually to win that game. So they're not quitters. They'll stay in there all the way, and I know McDevitt knows that. They're going to try to score as much as they can.
Yeah, but they have a Herculean task today.
Waters catches the pass out in the flat, drives down looks inside the 35 to about the 34. He's close to a first down yardage. It'll depend on where they knock him down, and I think he's about a half yard short. But while they make the measurement, we'll take a break and be back after this short break. 30 seconds, okay? McDevitt missed that first down, Ernie, by what, the length of the football, it looks like? Not much more, inches.
Yeah, about a half a football, looks like to me.
You have to correct me?
Well, I've got my glasses on, and you know, I can see so much better with my glasses. But I tell you, this looking from west to east is a little tough here.
Yeah, you're looking right into the sun. At least I've got a little bit of protection here. I'm at the far end of the press box. Okay, McDevitt comes out as it'll be a 3rd and short, and if they follow the normal procedure, you'll see Brian taking it off the right side behind Dave Hannock. And also the other back on that side, we'll pick it up as they come in because they're lined up already. It is right side. Borowski breaks into the clear, but they're stripping down from behind when he gets inside the 30-yard line. Bill Yon and Dave Hannock are the 2 men they run behind constantly. Ernie, he was a step away from all the way. And we know people say, well, how can you say that all the time? Well, it's been that true. 3 times today, McDevitt backs have been a step away from going all the way.
Absolutely. All they had to do was just have one little shake, and they were off to the races.
1st and 10 for McDevitt. The ball just inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Power play as Bryant goes forward, and a great diving tackle brings him down. I think that was Stevie Wiles.
Stevie Wiles racked him up. They looked like they were in a 6-2 to me, Don.
Well, it's going to be a no-gain situation, so Wiles, probably the best athlete on this, overall athlete on this Cumberland Valley squad, and that's been told me by the coaches and whatnot, so he's the type of player that can go both ways. He right now is lined up at a stand-up linebacker on the left side, outside. Where are we going to get? We got a timeout call. That's the end of the first period, and it's 7-0 McDevitt, back in 60 seconds.
Yeah, oh, play after. There he is.
Takes the pass down inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and goal to McDevitt. Madden kicked the ball. Larry Hammaker, on a play-action pass, gave it to Bryant. Everybody collapsed inside, and Hammaker was able to get free down the near sideline.
Bryant took a nice fake into the line. Everyone went into him, and Madden had a wide-open shot to Hammaker.
On a power play going inside. Did he make it? No, Borowski's down to about the 1.
Borowski to about the 1. Condon on the stopper.
And if they're going to mark it actually inside the 1. It's, well, I guess they're so close they could reach the ball over right now. We talked about the length of the football. That's about what we're talking about right now.
No more than that.
So McDevitt driving. They have driven so far almost 80 yards.
Borowski the other way, right over 40.
I'm going to hurt the watch.
Borowski again in the end zone, touchdown. 11:09 remaining in the second period. McDevitt goes on top by the score of 13-0.
Into the score from 1 yard out. As we get ready for the home after by Simonic.
Borowski's got a lot of power.
And you'll know when they're down there, Rooney. They go to the right side. Jan and Hannick are the men they go to consistently, time after time after time, and they do the job.
13-0. Here they're trying for the extra point now. Falls down.
In the air, it's good. 14-0 McDevitt. Will be back in 60 seconds.
As we come back.
High kick by Simonic. Taken by Greg Stoner at the 15. Fumbles the snap. It's loose, and who got it? The snap was fumbled by Stoner, recovered by Bishop McDevitt. McDevitt will have a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. McDevitt, Greg Stoner couldn't get a handle on it.